Last time I spoke about the federal government creating or having the freedom to create its own policies. And if it creates a policy or passes legislation that violates the government of Israel or the Palestinian government's sovereignty, those governments will have a veto power over the legislation that violates their sovereignty. Many times I'm asked, well, the Palestinians don't really have a government, or the Israelis are not going to have a government soon, or those governments are not legitimate governments in Israel Palestine. That's also my position, that those governments are not legitimate governments in Israel Palestine. But the question is, what if there is no Israeli government or Palestinian government? What if we have a situation in the future that those governments do not exist? Who are we going to give a veto power to? The answer is, it is not necessary to have the Israeli or the Palestinian government. In other words, the veto is only given to them if they exist. If they do not exist, then they do not get a veto power. There is nobody to give a veto power to. The purpose is not to maintain the Israeli or the Palestinian governments. The purpose is to give them a veto power because they exist. If they do not exist, then there is nobody to give a veto power to, but the federal government will continue to exist forever because it will be elected. It will have legitimacy given to it from the people of Israel and Palestine. The people in the area of Israel, the West Bank, and Gaza. The power of the federal government is not based on weapons or physical power. It will be based on legitimacy given to it by the people. The people will be the entire area of Israel, Palestine, regardless of whether the Israeli or the Palestinian governments exist. Thank you.